perfect. Yeah. Hit me with that imperfect smile. Once I heard that imperfect laugh. Caught me with those imperfect eyes. I fell in love with you. Love is a beautiful thing. Love isn't everything. Even a diamond ring, or even a coffee stain. Love makes us do crazy things, things that'll make you cringe. The feeling of angel wings, like you could do anything. So if you choose to see, I know you'll believe in imperfectly. You will find perfect peace. Hit me with that imperfect smile. Once I heard that imperfect laugh. Caught me with those imperfect eyes.
Well, it happened years back, before any one of us was there. God created everything else. Animals, birds. And this man called Adam was very, very lonely. Because he couldn't compare himself to the lions or elephants. He needed an different creature that was going to give him company. I'm asking a very important question. Who gives Michelle to be married to Mwinba? Who gives? So you will declare whoever you are today, myself as father or uncle, represent this woman to be married to you, sir. So we need that declaration. Who gives this woman, Michelle, to be married to Mwinba?
I,
Wow. And Mr. Mwinba, you can show a gesture of kneeling there, a little bit of kneeling to receive your special gift. Thank you. Thank you. On the actual day of marriage, they gave her a different woman. So we'll make sure that you must be convinced that you guys are meant for each other. Right, so, Mr. Mwinba Chirusha, I want to ask you some few questions. Have you made up your mind to marry this woman?
Yes, I have.
Remember there was a man called Adam, and when there were issues, he started saying, this woman you gave me. No, it was him actually who loved the woman.
Yes.
So, do you really think this is the lady God has given you? You committed to living with her?
Yes. Yes.
Even when things are difficult?
Yes.
Even when she may not be perfect?
Yes.
You commit yourself?
Yes.
All right. I know another man. His name was Adam. When he went into a deep sleep, when he woke up, he found someone just like your situation. You know what Adam said? This is bone of my bones. You're touching her there? So do you feel that this is bone of your bones, flesh of your flesh?
Definitely.
And she shall be called a woman.
Yes.
Because she was made out of man.
Yes.
You know, another man called Peter said that a woman is a weaker sex. Now, most people, when they hear that, they think like we're talking about weakness in terms of inferiority. Just the biology God has created. Most men are very physical. They are very physical. And so, because she is the weaker sex, tender and soft. You understand that? Would you be tender as you deal with her?
Yes.
Yeah. Very, very important. We will turn to Madame. Ruth said, your people shall be my people. Do you believe that his people shall be your people?
Yes, I do.
You commit yourself?
Yes, I do.
Some of the people who come to your house are not well dressed. No. Some are from the village, they don't speak good English. Will you commit yourself to live with him?
Yes, I will.
When times are hard and when times are good,
Yes, I will.
would you commit yourself to live in hard times and good times together
Yes, I will.
until death do part you?
Yes, I will.
So we have heard her commitment. You will. So we'd like you now to kindly unveil the gift that you have received. We want to see whether really this is the she's the one. She's the one.
She's the one.
He's confirming that she's the one. All right. Love is all about gestures. It's about symbols and signs. Do you have any special gifts you want to present to each other? And Matron would like you to take care of the bouquet because they want to do some business with their hands. Michelle Banda,
Michelle Banda.
keep dressing and talking to her. So speak louder if you can.
Okay.
Michelle Banda, speak into her eyes. You're talking to her.
Michelle Banda.
This ring I give you
This ring I give you
is a token
is a token
and a sign
and a sign
of my constant
of my constant
and abiding love.
and abiding love.
This ring,
Through this ring,
I say I love you.
I say I love you.
Bone of my bones,
You're bone of my bones.
flesh of my flesh.
You're flesh of my flesh.
Complete the flesh. Let's clap for them. Wonderful. They have already started communicating. That's really good. All right. Is it okay? So it's your turn, madam. So please give her. All right. Mwinba, Chilufya, Chabu, you are addressing him now. Okay? You haven't addressed him. Address him by name.
Mwinba Chilufya Chavo.
This ring I give you
This ring I give you
is a token,
is a token,
is a sign
is a sign
of my deep love for you.
of my deep love for you.
Your people shall be my people.
Your people shall be my people.
Your God shall be my God.
Your God shall be my God.
Where you stay, I will stay.
Where you will stay, I will stay.
Where you go, I will go.
Where you go, I will go.
So this ring I give you,
This ring I give you,
it's a sign
it's a sign
of my constant
of my constant,
and abiding love.
abiding love.
Please finish the ring. And so, having exchanged these rings as signs of your love for one another, I take the privilege now, on the 8th day of April, as a register of marriage in the Republic of Zambia and in church, I now declare you husband and wife. Well, you might kiss the bride now. So please show us that you are. Show us. Are you satisfied? Do a proper kiss. All right? Without wasting much of your time, we'd like to have you sit for about 5 minutes. That's the final word, and then we'll go to certificate signing, and then we'll be done. How do you feel it? There's less power. Try it, audience. Make a big fist. Now make one without the thumb. How do you feel? That's the way marriage without God. If you try to get married and you don't have God, you feel like that. You feel marriage is not working. Yesterday I had a talk with a young couple, and we had a topic about marriage being Shipikisha club. Have you heard that phrase? Some people believe that marriage is a struggle. Marriage shouldn't be a struggle. All right. Next question. Next question, Mr. Chap. Now you know God is an important factor in your marriage. If you leave God out, you are finished. Show me your fingers again. Show me one finger that is very straight. Just show one of them. Which one is the most straight finger? Well, there's one which is more straight than the other. All right. He shows me that this is the most straight finger. What about you, sir? What about you, sir? You don't know. The next question is, point at me using one of your fingers. Which finger do you use? Why has she gone to this one and not this one? Mr. Chab, are you seeing? Is what? It's reflex. Wonderful. So the finger that usually we use when we are pointing is this one. Yeah. For some reason, it could be maybe the most straight one. That is for me, when I look at my fingers, this one is easy. I can point at anything. The finger that we're talking about is that what builds marriage is communication. You must always pointing at issues. Don't hide anything. When you're not happy, you say, I'm naughty, I'm not happy. A lot of people in marriage, they live with burning issues. They don't share what they feel about each other. When issues come, they can't talk. You just see them, they are moody on that particular day. You're better off telling you how you feel about it. You don't always have to communicate through violence. It's not even advised. When you're not happy, you just speak, I'm not happy. I don't like this. I want you to come. We're going to hold hands together and pray that the Lord will be gracious past the other side. Oh, actually, you must come here because we are listening to the lady, so you come behind the man.
Mañana garikotimo marame. You being the one, my love. Diamond walking for you.
Forever and ever. You my man, I'm your wife. Forever and ever. We are so, we are
Hé, Bélange de luxe, tu as créé quelque chose de mauvais. Là où tu as mis le doigt, c'est faux.
Bacho terenko, yawira. Bacho terenko imwe.
My sugar, my baby, my lover, let me love you. Let me hold you, can't live without you, no one above you. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I don't travel like a land overseas, looking for true love and I never see. I don't drive any logic in no work, just when I want to give up.
Body they throw me like a banana. Body they rise me like a banana. Kelly they bossy my pololo. Can make a salute your commando.
Kelly if you balance Diego, I do you paper. No go do me Diego, my Maradona. Kelly if I like your sueto, no farisa. Kelly your back keep it conecto. And I go follow your cresco. Someday dame creso, pay for your waist, and I go pay for your leso. I pay for your waist. Someday dame creso, pay for your waist, pay for your leso, pay for your leso.
Chimona kuchechi nganawe ya kuchechi abaga shibasuma kula bati I never walk alone. I'm together with my better half. Imaba kumone. No mbavenga te basuma kula bati without wasting much of your time, turn to your neighbor and tell them today it's a great day. Hallelujah. Now ina ngusiki no we start. DJ.
Coco, Espebas, Nyata. Gaëla Tikaya la patrona, Gilda Sambendengesi. Mon ami Gaël, Linoïdo, le meilleur. Et donc les coïndos à Toya la Mouni. Coco. Espebas, Nyata. Gaëla Tikaya la patrona, Gilda Sambendengesi. Mon ami Gaël, Linoïdo, le meilleur. Et donc les coïndos à Toya la Mouni.
Mukwaya ma pronunciation ngatamu fuire bwino ndi mufirika ine ndi mwine mwanga. Ine Joseph Simkonda. Bonzo is my real name. Nanguba mayoba evitafeti bana Bonzo. Lishi na maraki. Mukwai wa matron, she's no other than Mrs. Longwe. Bato tereni kwa Mukwai. Overwinga bwana number 430 nalava men. Come on. 486 ngawasha 500 ishibareka. Bado ku Mozambique bado ufechi shukuru cha kwa Samora Machel. A big hand for Metron. Mukwai bridesmaid best man. Nagurashtanga na itoyo na itano for the sake of you guys who are taking the video. Not kwata Zaomba Chavu Twaisa kwata Mubanga Mumbo Now I'm paying a first name, but I'm informed the word Doris Mwape. Bato tereni koni bana Mwape. Thank you. Twasa kwata na Chirufia Chavu. No mbaba pe nasashta discover chintu chimo. I discovered one thing. Chirufia Chavu. CC. Mubanga Mumba MM. Mwana comedian ife tumona tunamona po ifinto ape na hapa namona po MP. Kusiana kwa ma offices bagamba. Na kusukuru na reka la fe group 3 ndepanga fe chongo ngashima bracket cause. Ngata tupangire chongo tete tuli. Basa mbika pomoni tatimbi na lale na ambo kula ile mbana pano noise makers. Yeah, kosere. Then later I'll introduce our guest of honor. It was our first speech. I will introduce the guest of honor. Now allow me to introduce the newlyweds today on this special day, 8 April 2023. I'm not going to introduce them by their first names, but as a couple, but because what God has put together, let no man pour asunder. Therefore, abeshire ma couples. Abemiyama oko abeshire ma couples. Moneni nabalaba moneni balaba bena. Balaba. Tabashwa pronounce the husband. Sorry, shachupera korikeji.
Espebas, nyata. Gaëla Tikaya la patrona, Gilda Sambendengesi. Mon ami Gaël, Minorito, le meilleur. Et donc le pointo à Toya la boule. Et Dingoma. Tikulu menga meto, tatu jimba kananzi tikulu. Shimba, bonga, zakala, telama, blok jalo, yirikacho, tikotisa, shimba, zakala, telama. La biso et pas y bomber ça na kozela. To changer, to komi na bokoko, bobolanda. Baril de pétrole, acheter le Mbongo, Chichimène na motoari. Michel Mbongo PDG, Félicien Pambou, Piston et Banta, Yohan Sibaï, César, Kouka, ouvre-toi, oui, et Kouka, PDG, dragon de la monnaie. Maïe Mwanga, Edon Kindaouba, Santini Ngobila Mbaka. Encore et toujours, il s'appelle Espedas Okobina. Na décembre, l'album à Saoudien.
Thank you. Mukwaya abe minineko kuli batata bashibwinga ebondela liko kwe batu wengesa tupela ko weights of wisdom. Shall we put our love hands together?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, I would like to thank my young brother, Astin Chavu, for giving me this opportunity to represent the Chavu family. Secondly, I would like to thank all those people who have given us support. Please continue to give us support. Lastly, I would like to turn my back to you people and talk to my son Mwinba. Mwinba, from today you are no longer a boy. From today you don't listen to me and your father. From today you belong to one body which the pastor preached there. Ndeto tela sana bonse inonshitanga mwamono mwana upwa mule toloka. Especially mweba tumbuka. Mufwayo kufya obwana tamufye no kufya. Ine pano mumbwene nicho tamuishive nimpupuka. Ningumfwe nsansa. Ningufya. Ifina ufya ndefwa na umbi nkofye. So bonse nintotera sana pantu nanse burure nsoni. Na mfumia chile chase ndiri pamukoshi wandi. Achitabu ino. Mwana wandi nomba. Waingira munshita isuma. Chonse chile kushupa. Tekuisa kuline. Bamayonga bakushupa. Ufire wakurupola bamayo bayakwebati. Inshita shupa. Bamayonga chaba shupa. Kuchibaisa kuline. Banjishibisha. Ichako konkesha apona chimbicho nkwete tapadi fimvoka tinchile po kulanda pantu limbi nintotera sana bose na tutotera muno pauti muise mwalipo sakwama no kushindika umunenu naponga brother wenu cousin wenu nefya shara kasha bashu winkwete ine mkwai nde mitotera bonse chimwachita na totera sana kwena sauti abipala tu bombe wino tupishe wino no mulimo. Thanks very much.
Those are words of wisdom from our dear parent. I'm sure it deserves another round of applause. Ababa chilalanda bakalamba baba wishe bakwashibwinga. Ene ba wishe bakwashibwinga na ene bakalamba bandi. Na kulira umenso yabo na wabakotera muyandi 50-50. 50-50. Bakalamba bandi. Bale mbona ndekula na nende muna bale kota. I'm telling you. Bashile mpela fe instruction. Iwe ukuima ukuisoko. Tapale fe ningashita kuisafi. Loyo timdala. Kuisafi. Ero Mwinba wa shuka mwachwandi waupo wa kuchipata tabaya kutule uma eketefe beda nifera bana sinienda nifera bana tabaya vapusana kono mubembo kumupusafe ulupi ku bedroom kusafu mina pansa nish ndeku chena yeah wandaba so Ele shuko sana ndekwe. Ache bandi. Mukwai ndela alika abe minineko kuliba mayo bana bwinga. Of course mom will speak later on. My granny was picked. Let's put our hands together.
Good evening, everyone. Mwinba and Michelle. This is emotional for us. I promised myself I'm not going to cry today. And please, I should not. This is emotional for us, but it makes my heart glad that Dad truly accepted Mwinba as his son. And Mwinba, you are welcome into our family. Remember, I was with you one day, and this man we met, he said, "You are the son-in-law." Yes. What did he tell us? He said, "Young man, you are doing a good job because you are taking care of your mother. And you took care of your father-in-law." Mwinba, the same way you stood by Dad, may you continue even standing by us. And may you continue standing by Michelle. Support her through and through. So Michelle, love is selfless. Love Mwinba, the whole package. We are all not perfect human beings, just like you are also not perfect. But I'll just read in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, just verse 4 up to 7. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. May love bind you together. I know we're taught commitment, but love also keeps us going. It kept us going as Starlet and Bridget, and it will keep you going as well. May God truly bless this union. As Dad is watching over you, even where he is, he's smiling. I know he's happy. Let me call Grandma to come and bless you.
Yeah, this is very emotional. Vabemba, they say, umwana wamufunda pakuya. But where I come from, we say, umwana wamupala pakuya. Hallelujah. Yeah. I would want first of all to tell Mwinba something. You know where I come from. When you call me Bibi, I will answer you Bwana, meaning you are my husband forever. So me and you, there's no divorce. You know, my language is very rich. Very, very rich. That's why it was even found in the Bible. When Abraham was calling Sarah, or when Sarah was calling Abraham, they couldn't find a Jewish word. They had to use our word. So now Sarah had to say, my Lord. Meaning, Bwana. Whenever Abraham called Sarah, she answered, my Lord. So, in my language, Mwinba, when he calls me Bibi, now Bibi is a grandmother. Also Bibi is a wife. So when he calls me Bibi, I will answer him, Bwana. But when Michelle will call me Bibi, I will just say, Be? You see? So that's why Mwinba is mine forever. Now, I want to tell you something, a secret, 2 secrets before I pray. When Michelle was young, when she was a baby, a girl, I was holding her hand. We are walking on the streets. We are going to school. I'm taking her to school, but I'm holding her hand. We are walking. And as we were walking, I was praying. I always prayed. So I was holding her hand. We are walking and I'm praying. Then she will look at me. She will say, Grandma, you are praying. I said, yes. How did you know? She says, power has entered me. So Mwinba always hold her hand so that power should go in her. Hallelujah. That's the first secret I'm telling you. Now, again, when Michelle was in a bus with her late aunt, she'll be dozing. Then the aunt will say, Michelle, wake up. You know I can't lift you. I've got books I'm carrying and you. Then she'll say, Auntie Nema, my eyes are closing by themselves. So Mwinba, when she says her eyes are closing by themselves, don't worry. That's normal. They close by themselves. Very normal. So that's secret number 2. Now, Michelle, she's international. From Zambia to the other blood. Now we get back to the blood of the father. You know, we from Chipata, we were calling our children, COVID-19 is normal. Gearbox Piri is normal. Now, we stopped calling gearbox Piri because nowadays we have transmission, you know, the gearbox that does not change by hand. So we stopped calling those gearbox. So your first child, hey, he wants to be gearbox. COVID-19 Chipata, we from Chipata, can we wave ourselves our hands? Because we have those complicated names. So now, our first great grand, we are going to call him Maploti. Kakafyala, kamuntu ako kakesa na kaikata title didi bane. Where's Wanachabu? When Wanachabu is delivering her, kaya kamuntu kakesa na kaikata title didi from Lusaka to Chilongola. Maploti, so umwana Maploti. Hey. Kakesa fena Maploti. You know what the master of ceremony did here? He broke the spirit of poverty. That's why he says, let us give. And he declared, he said, no 1 kwacha, no 2 kwacha, but it should start from 50 and above. Meaning, he has broken the spirit of poverty. And because of that, I'm going to pray now to break that spirit. You know, you are the generation of big people, them that walk with the Lord. The Bible says, when you walk with the Lord, wherever you go, the favor of God rises upon you. May the favor of the Lord rise upon you. Now raise up. Stand up. Hold your hands. Father, now, I stand as a servant of God, anointed by you. Father, I want to declare prosperity. I want to declare good health. I want to declare divine favor. I want to declare open heavens upon your lives. Whatsoever you touch shall prosper. May the Lord God Almighty, whom I serve, may he increase you and enlarge you. May your days be the days of joy and glory. May you see the goodness of God in the land of the living. I pray, Father, in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you. You may take your seat. Sit down. A clap offering unto Jesus. A clap offering unto Jesus. Thank you. Yere mandelebo. Shakakakakaka. Bato teleniko abafiashi. Bato teleniko. Mwinba. When Abraham was asked to go, I will bless you and you will become a blessing. Bape Papa Fiashi, become a blessing unto others. Are we together? Waparwa pala kobambi. Not waparwa waikachidila. Tafibomba. Lesafwa wapala na wapala na wapala na wapala. Are we together? Noti bambiaka somwa kwa tanga na ukwatenda lama paku toroko omufolo na maboko mutumba. Mukaifuna. Kaso kamsango shani. Out! Fumamo. Oye kaso. Allow me to introduce and invite the guest of honor. Our guest of honor is no other than Honorable Yamfwa Mukanga. Lovely hands together! Yeah. Fwe paro bagamba Honorable Yamfwa Mukanga. Baisa. Ama paro ine ade pongoro kafe. Mwa viaji.
And to the director of programs, the bride and the groom, the entire bridal party, the lady of honor, our parents, and all the invited guests. Allow me to thank the bride and the groom and the parents for inviting all of us. I think we cannot take it for granted they would have invited other people. But we are happy that they invited us, that we may be witnesses to this important occasion. You see, the scripture is very clear. Mama, I appreciate your work. The scripture is very clear. The Bible says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. And again, the scripture says, a virtuous woman who can find. Again, the scripture says, a faithful man who can find. It's for this reason that I want to congratulate you for having searched and found each other. You were meant for each other. So congratulations. I'm sure a lot of wisdom has already been shared. I'll try to just emphasize on some of the issues. One of the most important thing I want Michelle and Chabo to think of, Mwinba to think of, is to realize that the Bible itself starts in the beginning, God. And I want them to put God in the beginning of this marriage. If you put God in the beginning of this marriage, you will never go wrong. I'm an engineer myself. Make God consultant number one. In everything that you do, whatever challenges, he should be consulted as number one. Don't rush to anyone first. Rush to God. And what I'm trying to say is that to rush to God, learn to pray. And to learn to pray, you should begin to pray. And when you begin to pray, you learn to pray and you'll be praying for each other. And all the challenges, whatever challenges come your way, you have where to take them to.
Now, to our guest of one another and Napali, you have to involve God. Muchupo Chove, very important.
yele, yele. Mama yele, yele. You're the only one for me. Mama yele, yele. You're the only one for me. 1, 2, 3. Bana Congo baye. Bina kaboye. My baby boo, I'll be a soldier for you. I'm getting better in kung fu. You should know I got it, and you don't need to get me. I'll be right beside you in anything that you do. If you ever need saving, I will be running to you, running to you. I'll be running to you, running to you.
All right.
Anywhere that you go to, running to you.
Bring it down, DJ, bring it down. Thank you. Vala putula keke, vairishe. Nobody Bekantu is involved. Nobody Bekantu is involved. Umobari mushta mislead. Atuka bomfye marinso. Aya bomfye wapansi abarume baraseya. Abeka napanga ndabaru. Kari wapansi ari jairika. You can go ahead, Amatron, guide them. Then ingama putura mwise percent up so that the full view of both of you as you proceed and Elisha.
Follow my lead. I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time, darling. Just kiss me slow. Your heart is my own, and in your eyes you're holding mine, baby. I'm
Orwembo rwa imbere ba Glorious Band. Mukulekeresha.
you between my arms, barefoot on the grass. We're listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it.
right. Mukwai turole keshioko apene hapo. Now, ilo lesheni. Fila machini inakubwinga. Ilo lesheni. Okay. Hey, group 3. Group 3. Tumfuane bane. Group 3. Na papata. Mwala irisha keke Mwinba. Shibwinga sorry. Ngamwa irisha keke. Nara kuipusha. Gatawa ishwa unjebe nkulange. Kulanga out to kiss. Yeah. Mwandu bagwalesa. Bamatron, where are you? Abatampira pokulisho munangoni banani. Inena deko kuli efsash. Okay. Na deko kuli efsash in. Emu babika na. Ngwa umfwa odi ulubiro kubedi. Efisa ashtegwesh. Kanwesa bifira terera. Mamatron, they're still waiting for instructions. Please, abaleta mpira poni banani. Balefo kubatungirira hapa. Nomba bale irolesha bamberi ashirimbi. Oh, urwimbo irisheni. Akalwimbo ga slow track. Pelo mnobe. Na pelo mnankwe. Atikanshinga nebo na furuka na bakashi. Ino mukashalankisesha tu kubomba. One day I am taken up to as our dehydrated. Love, if you love. Yeah. Tapali chimpapira pani keke. Sagulisha tukachesha. Pokeni mbale nomba wa matron. Pokeni mbale. Appreciate now. You can just go ahead and kiss the bride. Anywhere that you go to, honey, okay. Na la senda poa keke area mono mukashinga na mupela. Good demonstration, Machwan. Good demonstration. Mutotere niko imwe. Batotere niko. Wale tama memories. Desenda keke pakuya. Kuno king afi. Nini ndila limo. This is good. Try imwe na bane now parents sitting away that gonna receive something as a token of appreciation. Parents sitting away that gonna receive something like a token of appreciation. Tuikale musango mwako batololeshe kuno. Abanere balereta keke. DJ tatamuna music. Kuli bamame bese bekadire kuno na bambuya. Pakwe badi na botu wapere keke. Ngakuli na ama keke ya mtorata distribute. Who advise. Thank you. DJ. Ukasama ukusashana roru mbona panga ngana afurwa tamwanjika te ata knife boy wali butuka abantu ndeshupa tamwanjika te DJ kale balika olorulia mwali bomba aha sikumwe na musitsala bakamba na golden sense ibenderia dura kwa masanza nshira abana tefe twakulaisa Yehova wandi Yehova mwalotela bakunkusha ilelo mwana wenu takina totela mayo wandine
Bachochereni kwa bana imwe. Yawira, yawira, yawira. Never fyashi pareni abana. Party them. Party them. Aha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yawira, yawira, yawira. Bachochereni kwa imwe.
Mwana wenu mami na totela. Tata wandine. Kabumba wandie oba na totela. Papunkusha inebo. Mwana wenu dati na totela. Mayo wandine. Kabumba wandine.
Bachochereni kwa imwe.
Papunkusha inebo. Mwana wenu mami na totela. Makipo yandine kaine. Kampeperera. Kalamu peperera mwemfumu yandi.
Atefe twakulaisa. Abana baisa tefe twakulaisa. Bachochereni kwa bana imwe bachochereni kwa yawira. Yawira. Granny party them. Pareni abana. Hey. Bachochereni kwa bana imwe bachochereni kwa.
Sometimes I took you for granted and thought that you would understand it.
Aha.
Managed to make it through tough times. No, I can't imagine not having you by my side. Everything you are and all you do, I'm still in love with you more than you ever know. Just like the stars in 1,000 skies, more than you ever know. Deeper than a place where the ocean floor lies. You're still number one in my eyes. And to this day I still get butterflies. Know that I love you more than you will ever know. Sometimes I want you to sleep and kiss you and fall in love all over again. In the morning when you're leaving, I start to miss my best friend. You're my better half like a twin. You complete my words when I begin. We don't have to be validated. With love we'll always make it. No, I can't imagine not having you by my